Hey everybody, it is tea time with the diva. Grab your tea, grab your coffee, because we're going to get into it. This tea time is dedicated to Diddy and his $60 million jet. His $60 million private jet, which he is trying to sell. But so far, nobody is taking the bite. He's also trying to sell his LA mansion, and that is another item that he has up for sale that nobody seems to want. But in the meantime, you will be able to rent out, if you so choose, Diddy's private jet for a mere 432K if you want to go to some place like London, and maybe just a little bit cheaper. But when I say cheaper, I'm talking about in $100,000 range. You can go somewhere else. Now listen, this ain't for the average person. You got to have money if you want to rent out Diddy's private jet. But they said that on this site, which it features that you're able to rent said jet, no one is going to know that this jet belonged to Diddy. So quick cash, Diddy is renting out his $60 million Air Cones private jet and charging 432K for a one-way transatlantic flight as his trial looms. The under fire SAR jet is available for charter as he faces years in prison. So Sean Combs' 60 million luxury jet is available for rent on private charter websites used by top Hollywood stars, the U.S. Sun can exclusively reveal. The disgraced rapper who was behind bars in New York awaiting trial on sex trafficking charges is reportedly trying to sell his plane. Listen, if I was an outlet, like a news outlet, I would see if I can just pay to go take pictures inside the jet, because that probably would be worth seeing. I would do that. Or maybe if you just simply had access to one of these sites, you would be able to view the pictures of the inside of this jet. They're saying that nobody is going to know that this jet belonged to Diddy. I thought on the outside of his jet it said Combs Air, but maybe it doesn't. I guess not. If they maybe they painted over it so that people would not know. Because I remember when they raided his homes, him and the twins were about to go on vacation, and I could have sworn that on the private jet it said Combs Air, but they could have painted it out, like blacked it out. This comes after he also put his Beverly Hills mansion up for sale for $61.5 million. In the meantime, the distinctive black Gulfstream 550 is listed on various websites that offer expensive charters, although those renting it may not be aware it belongs to Combs. This includes it being showcased on Victor, aka the Uber of private jets, which is a favorite for Tinseltown elite. I mean, you got to be elite because you got to have cash to even consider renting this thing out. Victor's CEO, Clive Jackson, says that his platform is used by business leaders and entrepreneurs to A-list celebrities and ultra-high net worth individuals, all with high expectations. Well, I know it's not the average person. Combs' 14-seater plane, which was built in 2015 and is registered to Love Air LLC, is based at an airport in Los Angeles. The Victor site listing for the plane includes photos of the planes on the airport tarmac and the plane's beige interior and leather chairs. The flights are operated by Silver Air, a rental operator, which states on his website that it is a comprehensive fleet of luxury aircrafts from light to low-range heavy jets and a global network operating around the clock 24 hours a day. So I guess the idea here is if you go try to go United or your traditional airlines, you gotta abide by when they got a flight, if they still have a seat on that flight, and do they have any first class, because when you're elite like this, I'm sure you don't want to sit next to Diva, right? So but with this, 24 hours out the day, you can call them up and probably get to where you want to go. Combs Jet is also advertised on aviation broker site Jetly, where a return from Los Angeles to New York in the plane would cost you an estimated $116,000, in as $116,681,000, excluding tax and fees for the 4-hour and 21-minute journey. For a transatlantic flight from the LA airport to London airport, the cost is approximately $432,000, excluding add ons, which would take 9 hours and 42 minutes. The plane is also featured on the charter marketplace. Meanwhile, Victor CEO Jackson charges risk customers an increased price to offset the extra carbon emitted from these extravagant flights. This is a privilege, freedom of choice to fly in a private aircraft that comes with a responsibility, he told private jet card comparisons. Customers are said to include the Beckhams and Senorita Order and the model. Jackson also told the Times of London in 2019, the people in our aircraft are the most influential and powerful on the planet. Well, I can only imagine because the average person can't afford to just pay that much for a flight. Um, Raising awareness with them is far better approach than following the path of extinction rebelling, which is banging the drum so hard and causing so much disruption the message gets lost. Jetly CEO Justin Crabb said that celebs often use their planes to fly from New York to Black Rock City for the Burning Man Festival, paying $55,000 for the round trip. I mean, if you rich, now 55,000 sounds more reasonable than 400K. Mountain legal fees. Combs pleaded not guilty and has had his bail denied after offering an extensive package in September that included a $50 million bond, the equity of his mother's condo in Florida, in home detention. Oh, I didn't know his mother had a condo in Florida. Okay, I thought she had a house, but they saying it's a condo. Okay, so the former billionaire's legal counsel revealed he's been trying to sell the Gulfstream. So he's trying to sell his private jet. Court documents at the time noted just this week, Mr. Combs entered into a letter of intent with a party to sell it. Mr. Combs understands he is not to travel to Los Angeles, where the plane has been located this week, and further that the plane is not to be brought to any district in which he is located until it is sold. U.S. District Judge Andrew L. Carter ruled that Combs' bail plan was insufficient to ensure the safety of the community and the integrity of the case. Combs is being held at a notoriously rat-infested, oh, I would die, prison after pleading not guilty to all charges against him, including racketeering, sex trafficking, and transportation to engage in prostitution. The jail has a capacity of 1,600 inmates, often with celebrities among them. Ghislaine Maxwell and R. Kelly are just two who have endured the horrific conditions, while Combs' legal team is trying to get him moved to another location. Prosecutors allege he abused, threatened, and coerced women and others around him to fulfill his sexual desires, protect his reputation, and conceal his conduct. Among the biggest bombshells revealed in an unsealed indictment was Combs' freak-offs, orgies where he allegedly forced victims to have sex with prostitutes and recorded them. Freak-offs were elaborate and produced sex performances that Combs arranged, directed, pleasured himself during, and often electronically recorded, prosecutors allege. Combs allegedly arranged for participants, including S-workers, to travel across state lines and sometimes internationally for the freak-offs, which sometimes lasted for days on end. It is believed he often used his private jet to transport people to and from his soiree parties. I definitely, who knows what went on in them on that jet. I definitely wouldn't want to ride on that jet until they disinfected it thoroughly, maybe. Combs' arrest followed a months-long investigation that involved raids at his homes in Los Angeles and Miami. If the 54-year-old star is convicted and receives the maximum sentence, he faces life in prison. The minimum sentence is 15 years. Meanwhile, Combs is also facing multiple civil suits as more alleged victims come forward with multiple allegations of SA and human trafficking. Combs has denied all wrongdoing and continues to fight for his freedom. If you or someone you know is affected by any of the issues raised in this story, call the National Sex Assault Hotline at 1-800-656-4673. Cassie's beautiful. I can't even imagine I don't know. Diddy has his issues, and time will tell when this trial gets to going and everything comes out. But I want to go back here. Um, they're saying what happened at Combs Freak Offs. They're not really saying much that we already haven't kind of known about the 1,000 bottles of baby oil. He used the tapes to that he recorded at the freak offs to silence the victims. So listen, guys, chat with me in the comments, and when I get an opportunity, I will chat back. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe, hit the notification bell so that every time I upload a video, you will be notified. If you are a subscriber, welcome back. Everybody, thanks for watching. Let me know, if you had the funds, would you want to even take a trip in Combs' private jet? Okay, or is that a no for you? Thanks for watching, guys. Hit the like button, and I'll see you on the next video.